Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that answers all your stock-related queries. In case you're here for the first time, well, you can message us on our WhatsApp number that's flashing on your screens. Send us your questions along with your name, location and your contact details. We can also give you an opportunity to speak live to our top guests and also take a custom-made advice. Now, let's also look at, the other way that you can actually connect to us with, and that's via logging on to our YouTube channel on Business Today. Go to Daily Calls Live, use the comment section there and send us your questions. I'll be happy to take up all of that with our top two experts who will be joining in today as well. Let me quickly first look at how the markets are shaping up. So half time on and you can actually see 24,555 on the Nifty. There's a 68-point jump on the Nifty right now. So the markets are holding on to the gains that they had set out in the early part of the session. But although if you look, there is a broad range and a lot of choppiness that continues to be, a trademark that we've been seeing for the markets for the many sessions now. Let's look at the stocks that are hovering higher. On the Nifty, you have Apollo Hospitals post earnings that shot up almost 6% in trade. You also have names like Hindalco post earnings that's up by 4%. Hero Motor from the auto space continues to be driving higher. And let's look at Eternal, that's also up by about 2%. HDFC Life, another one that's hovering higher as well. But on the lagging side on the Nifty, the stocks that are still down in trade. IndusInd Bank, Adani stocks like Adani Enterprises and Ports. You also have ITC, Wipro and HCL Technologies as some of those stocks that are still hovering lower in trade. Let's look at the stocks and the sectors and the pockets that are still higher. Let's look at metals, for instance. That's where the bright, shiny move can be seen, 1% higher for the metal pack. Pharma is also up by 1%. You can also see auto stocks that are driving higher, 0.8% up. Broader markets are also doing much better than the benchmarks at this point, or in tandem with the benchmarks, I would say. FMCG, consumer durables, IT, PSU banks still on the weak side at this point in time. But let's welcome our guest on board. We have Mr. Akshay Bhagwat, Senior Vice President, Derivatives Research, JM Financial Services, joining in. Hi, Akshay. Warm welcome. Good to have you with us. Let's take a first view on the markets. We've already seen 6 weeks of pain for the markets. This week again is, looking dicey at this point in time. We are, although, trying to snap that 6 week of losses. But what's the sense that you have and what are you advising clients on the markets? What strategy to make?
Good afternoon, Sakshi. So absolutely right. It's been a hard 6 weeks for the market. It's been a one-way slide. And somewhere, if you look at the last few days of trading action, there is an attempt to stage a temporary support or a bounce around the levels of 24,350. So right now the trend is still down. The attempt is on to stage a recovery, but somewhere the data points which we look at based on price volume readings, the indications initially coming out that 24,300 is a short-term support base which is building up, and the market is steadying itself for a short-term recovery where you might see levels as good as 25,000 revisiting soon.
Okay, got that. Let me now just introduce some of our viewers who are actually joining in on our both platforms to send us some questions. We already have some questions pouring in on our WhatsApp for you, and we have a lot of our viewers who are joining in on our YouTube platform as well. Welcome to all of you. Thanks for joining in early to share with us all your questions. Akshay will be answering as many as we can take up with him. Let's welcome Nancy, Ankur Modi, Sunil Kumar, Manoj Pai Kaparia, Maurya, Vinita. We also have Sandeep joining in. Welcome to everybody who's joining in. And on WhatsApp also we have Akhilesh. Welcome to everyone. Sunil also. Thanks for sending your questions. We'll take the first question from Sandeep, Akshay. This one is on NCC. The question is that Sandeep already holds 200 shares of NCC in his portfolio. The price at which he holds this share is 257. The question is, should I hold or exit? Even though he says that I can actually hold on, there is no time limit that I have set for myself in case you think this stock can continue to give him profits going forward from here. Now, let's try and understand. This is one of the stocks that's very actively looked at or watched by retail investors because of ACE Investors' investment in NCC as well. How would you look at the stock at the current juncture? Will it take a long time for the stock to return to profitable trajectory and to probably re-rate? Or do you think things are going to turn fast?
Yeah, so I believe 257 is the rate which the euro has bought, and I think one downtrend of this stock has been done and dusted. The downtrend which is evident is 360 to around 180. So there's a good recovery attempt which you have seen in the last 4 months, and I think there is good scope that this round of recovery can see upside targets till around 275. But I'm not very bullish on the long-term prospects going by the current chart reading. So right now the target projection is working till around 275. Probably 1 year plus time is what I can project for these targets to be achieved. 170 is the support right now. So around 275, 280, when you get these levels, I think it's prudent to take an exit in small gains which you would have over your buying price.
Okay, fair point. Let me just quickly look at some of the other questions coming in. We have this question from Kamlesh Narkhede. He says, Hi Sakshi. Hi Kamlesh ji, kaise hain aap? The question is on EMS, and the question is that I already have 30 shares of EMS in my portfolio priced at 633. इसमें कितने level पर average करने की सलाह होगी? Should this stock be really looked at for further averaging at the current levels? What should be the strategy here? Today it's down by 3.5%, Akshay.
So I think post listing, if you look at the journey of the stock, the initial round was pretty buoyant. We did see upsides till 950, but after that, somewhere the momentum is completely lost. In fact, if you look at the last 6 months of trading action, it's been absolutely lackluster. The volumes are pretty dull, which just shows that there is no trigger much for traders to, there is no demand much in the stock in terms of the price volume action. And in all likelihood, 400 can be the downsides which I see going ahead. So certainly not a stock for me to average if you are open to an exit, because I believe it's going to go down first and then be stuck in a range. So technically, at least there is no evidence for me to average, but the better option is to take an exit in the stock.
Okay, better option is to take an exit. I hope this has helped you out in getting a clear view there. Let me take another one. This one is from our WhatsApp that we are getting. Mohit Sharma is joining in from Rajasthan. Mohit says, I want to know about Markson's Pharma. I bought it at 260. The question is, should I average or should I exit? This is a valid question, Mohit, that you are asking, because yesterday we actually saw Markson's Pharma crash sharply in trade. Almost 14% is what we saw as a drop. This was as a result after the Q1 results that we actually saw, where 34% of a decline on profitability that the company had seen. Margins came in under pressure even as the demand continued to grow, and the stock slipped to a 4-month low as well. What's gone wrong with the structure on the technical charts? If you can also explain to us, Akshay, will there be an easy recovery, or will this stock get people's money stuck for some time now?
So in all probabilities, the chances of being stuck in the stock looks higher. Now, really, the back, you can say the back breaker for the stock has been more of the result trigger. And even technically, if you look at the price structure, yesterday the stock did break its prior swing lows of 200, one important support zone which was formed somewhere way back, I think 8-10 months back. So in all, there is a negative development in the stock, and I think this will take more time to steady itself. So having said that, this is possibly the last round of selling, and in case you're open to buying or averaging out, there might be some further pain which can drag the stock down till levels of 160 to 150. So 160 to 150 is the averaging point in case you're open to long-term holding. I think buying demand should creep in once those support zones are tested. This is the last round of selling or the next last leg of selling, for which may last for next 3 to 6 months, where you can consider averaging around 160 to 180, and then possibly we will review it again for reversal signs.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. This one is from one of our viewers on our YouTube. Vinita Gupta says, good afternoon, Sakshi. Good afternoon to you, Vinita. Good to hear from you. The question is on Skipper, and she wants to know, she's already bought it at 490. What is the outlook on this one? Now, for Skipper, we have actually seen the last couple of quarters turn out to be much better, show a lot of promise, growth fundamentally, and even the stock price has actually reflected that kind of a performance. How would you look at those investors who already have now Skipper in their portfolio? Currently at 534, so even Vinita is still in profits, 6% higher in trade today also. What's the outlook on Skipper?
It's a positive outlook. Now the stock is possibly heading back again for its life highs, which we saw in December 2024. Life highs are around 665. We are at 534. So in all probabilities, the immediate target zone which one can look forward to is the level of 600. This is more valid from a 6-month perspective. Within 6 months, this target should hit. And since you're a longer term investor, I do not see any reason why you need to exit it. You can continue to hold. It may take some choppiness, some more months of sideways action, but overall, it's a good, strong stock to hold, at least based on the price chart trading. So, hold is the recommendation. Important levels to keep a watch on: 400 is the support, and 650 is the resistance point.
Okay, fair point. You know, this has in fact been a multi-bagger stock in the last 5 years. We've seen over 1200% kind of returns being seen on Skipper Limited. Remember during the COVID time, this was in double digits, just about 38, 40 odd levels. And look at how there's been a one-way up move. We've seen the stock peak in the last few years at 622 odd levels, and thereafter we've seen some cool off, and again the stock has started to move on its upward trajectory yet again. Remember last week also the company came out with the earnings, reported highest ever revenue and EBITDA margins for itself as well. It's a power equipment firm that has been consistently proving on the earnings front of late. And you've actually got a comprehensive view given by Akshay on the same as well. Hope this has helped you out, Vinita. Let's take another one. This one is from Sunil Kumar. He says, good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please review Adani Ports and SEZ buying level for medium term, say about 1 to 1.5 years perspective? What would you say? Adani stocks and Adani Ports and SEZ, within the entire basket.
So what my understanding is the longer term price structure is still strong. It is trading above the key trend line supports. It's just the short to medium term texture of the stock which is keeping the stock on a slippery footing. So today you have a situation where the stock is seeing negative trades. Week on week also there has been some sell off from 1450 levels, but from a longer term investment perspective, I think there is a very strong support for the stock somewhere around 1200, and the key level or the resistance is 1550. So eventually my sense is the short term momentum is not supporting, but eventually it's more in an accumulation zone from a longer term horizon. Stick to the levels, and I think eventually you will see the stock trying to break its life highs of around 1575, which we have seen somewhere in 2024.
Fair point. Let's take some other questions coming in on our WhatsApp now. We have Swati from Jalandhar writing in. Swati says, I want to know about JSW Infra, a fresh entry level that you could advise. Now, we have seen over the last couple of months, JSW as a group has garnered so much of attention from analysts and investors alike. We've also seen JSW Infra constantly being the talk of the town as well, and the entire group of stocks also in focus. Do you think, Akshay, a fresh entry can still be made in JSW Infra for someone who may have a long term?
Yes, absolutely. Longer term, the price prospects based on the technical price readings are very strong. It's just that if you look at the stock, the journey in the last, I think, a couple of years, it's been kind of lackluster. There has been a strong resistance which prices are unable to break through. That's the level of around 330 to 340 zones. Multiple times these resistance zones have been challenged, but positively, if you look at it, there is a strong support where immediately 275, 280 is the level holding on. So I think it's on the cusp of a breakout, maybe few more months of sideways trading action, but eventually you will see 340 breaking out and the stock selling or setting itself up for new life highs. So the call is to continue to be more of an investor or accumulate at the current zone for a longer term targets. Potentially 400 is what the right now the target projections would work out to.
Okay, fair point. Let me just quickly also ask you another question, and this one is from Patel Rizwan. He's from Gujarat, and he says मेरे पास HBL Engineering के 50 शेयर्स हैं, 704 के दाम पर लिया हुआ है मैंने. अब मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि मैं क्या करूँ, होल्ड करूँ या फिर यहाँ से निकल जाऊँ. क्या सलाह बेहतर रहेगी मेरे लिए. HBL Engineering 720 अभी चल रहा है, तो यानी कि आपको प्रॉफिट भी हो रहा है. आज भी शेयर ऊपर है, वॉल्यूम्स भी बढ़िया हैं, 4% ऊपर है. जानना चाहते हैं प्रॉफिट लेकर निकल जाएं या अभी भी बने रहें तो बेहतर प्रॉफिट्स बनने की उम्मीद है.
जी बिल्कुल, बेहतर प्रॉफिट्स बनने की काफ़ी अच्छी उम्मीद दिख पा रही है. इसका कारण है कि अगर आप मंथली प्राइस एक्शन देखें तो इस स्टॉक ने ये महीने में बहुत अच्छे रिटर्न्स मंथ ऑन मंथ दिए. 600 से लेके 720 ये मंथ ऑन मंथ जर्नी रहा है स्टॉक का. और अगर आप मंथली चार्ट देखें तो जो एक कंजेशन जोन था जहाँ पे स्टॉक बार बार कई महीनों से अटक रहा था या रेजिस्ट कर रहा था, वो लेवल था 650, जो बहुत ही तगड़े वॉल्यूम्स के साथ इस महीने में हमने ब्रेकआउट करते हुए इस स्टॉक को देखा है. तो कुल मिला के एक लाइफ टाइम हाई जो बना था स्टॉक का वो है करीबन 730 740 का. और ये लाइफ टाइम हाई फिलहाल स्टॉक पार करने की तैयारी कर रहा है और शायद स्टॉक 800 तक जाने की क्षमता रखता है शॉर्ट टू मीडियम टर्म में. तो बने रहने की सलाह रहेगी. HBL इंजीनियरिंग में फिलहाल 600 का एक स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट बन रहा है और 800 से 830 ये एक शॉर्ट टू मीडियम टर्म के टारगेट के साथ आप बने रह सकते हैं.
ओके, गॉट दैट. चलिए, यहाँ पर भी आपको पूरी तरीके से राय मिल चुकी है. लेट्स टेक अनदर वन. दिस वन इज़ फ्रॉम वन ऑफ आवर व्यूअर्स, मिस्टर दशरथी. सेज आई एम होल्डिंग 1500 शेयर्स ऑफ Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. My average price is 37. I want to know whether I should continue to hold on or should I exit my position.
For Ujjivan Small Finance, after listing somewhere, the journey has been more choppy. At least the day it has listed, the stock has never ever got above its its opening or the listing gains. Somewhere the level of 6060 has been a very firm resistance. There was a reattempt of break of 60, which we saw somewhere in February 2024, but again there was a failure. After that, the stock has been more sideways, seeing the selling pressure. But eventually, the last round of recovery, which we saw a few months back from 32, has legs to take this back again till around 55 to 60. So I believe you should continue to hold the stock, but do not keep very big targets. Right now, we will keep conservative targets till 55, 58. If you get those levels, it is prudent to book some profits off the table. So the technical levels which you can work with is the support of around 32, and around 58 to 60 is the point where you should consider taking profits off the table.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has answered your question. Let's take some questions that are coming in on our YouTube as well. Maurya writes in, he says he's from Bengaluru. Hi Maurya, the question is on Coal India and Indigo for August series. Any thought process on these two stocks for August series? Coal India from the energy pack and Indigo from the tourism space. Anywhere where he can carry on a position?
See, Coal India, unfortunately, the stock has been very lackluster and range bound. In fact, I believe it's 6 months of range bound trading in Coal India with the prices holding on to the supports of 360 and somewhere resisting around 405 levels. So right now, as I understand, last 5 days we have seen some good recovery in Coal India backed by strong volumes, which might take the stock potentially up till around 405 to 410. So since you're only concerned about how it will fare for the month of August, the view will be to hold till targets of 405 for the month of August. That's the call on Coal India. That is just valid for the month of August. And the other stock was Indigo, which, if
Yes.
you look at the price structure, again, a very strong price structure. The stock has seen multiple resistance at the levels of 5970 it is again trying to stage a breakout above the levels, and I think the way the prices are structured, the possibility of this breakout happening is very strong, and price momentum trigger, if it breaks above 5970, can see targets till 6200. So it makes a lot of sense to wait for the breakout for month of August. Work with strict stop losses of 5870 in case there is another failure of breakout, but eventually I'm looking forward for targets till 6200 in August.
Okay, got that. Let me just take another one. This one is from one of our viewers, and this one is from Shaumalya Biswas. He is from Kolkata. He says, I have 18 lots of Nifty of 21st August at 24,900 call option at 37.76. Should I hold it for BTST or not? That's the question that he has. 18 lots of Nifty for 21st August, 24,900 call option at 37.
For I think the August expiry for the coming week, yes, you can hold, but 24,900 is a bit OTM strike for Nifty. Yes, from here, my view is positive. I'm looking for targets till 25,000 in Nifty, but for the monthly expiry. So right now at the levels of 24,589, since you are in options, which is more a time sensitive product, every day matters here, because time value in the option premium is the killer. So we need the momentum to catch up soon. Today, unfortunately, it's an off day for index. Yesterday too, we did see some resistance around 24,600. But given the current conditions, I think you can wait in this trade for possible targets till 24,800. So when 24,800 is hit, if it hits before Monday or Tuesday next week, I think you should take profits off the table.
That I hope this has answered your question, Shomalia. Next, we also have Momita from Kolkata writing in. She says, Hi Sakshi and Akshay sir. Good to see you, Akshay sir, after a long time. I want to ask you on Suzlon. I have the stock at 60. What is the next 6 months outlook on Suzlon, or a 3 to 6 months outlook that you could share with me?
Uh, See, from a 6 monthly perspective, I think the stock should find support somewhere around 55 to 60 zone. So right now we are in a scenario where last couple of months, because of the nature of the market and the mid cap space, Suzlon somewhere has seen a cool off in its prices from the level of 75. But my belief is that around the support zones of 55 to 60, there's a good probability that the stock may see another round of demand creeping in around the lower end of the support band, in which case possibly the stock again sets up for targets of around 68 or 69, where the next level of breakout is seen. So from a 6 monthly perspective, hold, keep a stop loss below 50, which is the support zone. And in case of a recovery in 6 months, the possible resistance zones which you can look forward to technically is the first resistance is 72, and after that 80 would be the second level of resistance.
Fair point. I hope this has answered your question. Next, we have this question from one of our viewers on our YouTube. He wants to know on Capcite Infra. Is it a good stock to take for a fresh position? I remember this stock had been in momentum in the early part of the calendar year. There was a lot of focus on this stock, but it's been away from the visible move of late. Capcite Infra, have you been checking that out at all of late?
Yeah, of late, yes, last 4 months, I think there has been a significant long liquidation, which I understand looking at the price volume action. There has been a distribution in the stock slightly at higher levels from 360 to 400 zone. So this does not bode well for the short to medium term prospects in the stock. As I currently see, the prior swing lows of 300 two are breached in the current run of action in the last few days, and possibly 225 to 40 is the immediate downside, which is apparent in Capcite Infra. So the suggestion is better to take an exit in the stock.
Better to take an exit in a stock. Okay, got that. Let's take another one then. This one is from Vishesh Mani Tripathi. He says, ma'am, 361 WAM buy किया हुआ है 1100 क्वांटिटी है और नहीं 1118 के शेयर हैं और क्वांटिटी 50 है। इसमें आप होल्ड या फिर एग्जिट करने की क्या सलाह देंगे अभी? 361 वैम।
WAM, I'm not able to track this stock
जी
on my
अगर आप
software.
इसको देखेंगे मैं आपको इसके लिए निकाल के दिखाती हूँ कि किस पर आप यहाँ पर इसे फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं। 361 वैम का जो कोड है वो आपको मिलेगा 360 ONE के नाम से।
Okay. Yeah,
1021 का भी
361
शेयर
VAM.
है
Yes,
ये।
yes, yes,
जी
yes, yes. I did get it. So 361 VAM, I think at the levels of 1020 where it trades, it's in a downtrend from short to medium term, and also there is some attempt being made of a recovery. So from a short to medium term, if you were to look at the prospect, somewhere 975, 980 works as a slight support zone for the stock. The view is to hold for a slight pullback where 1100 can be the possible upside, where you can consider taking profits in this stock. But 1100 is right now the projection for me, not beyond that, considering the technical prospects in the stock from a short to medium term.
fair point. Let's take the next one. This one is from one of our viewers, and this is Kaushik Rana. He says, "Hi Sakshi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Rana. The question is on Vari Energies, holding from the IPO time. What is the outlook that you can share on Vari Energies? Is there still an opportunity to continue to hold on for better profits?"
Honestly, energies, renewable energy space has been the theme,
Yeah.
and these themes active once the budget gets near. These are long-term stories, and really, still, if you look at the price volume action, really, although the story is in the making, the price volume has a different story to tell because honestly, there is not much action in the stock. There has been resistance time and again at the levels of 3,300 from where the stock again falters, corrects back to the levels of around 25, 2,600. So I think the stock will take some more time for that breakout of 3,300 to eventually happen. So it's more of a longer term bet you can look forward to. Right now, if you were to go technically on this stock, there is a range which is apparently building up, the support of 2,600 and the resistance of 3,400. So I believe more of a longer term story at play. Continue to hold with stop losses below 2,600. That's the recommendation on Vari Energies.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped you out in getting a clear direction about your stock. Next, we have Mayuri Godse writing in. She wants to know about GMDC, bought at 414. Wants a short-term view on this one. Next 6 months, that's it. What would you say?
So on the next 6 months front, I was just going through the weekly charts on GMDC, and one clarity emerges that in the last 3 months, 380 is one strong support zone which the stock has built up. So clearly, if you are looking at positive upsides from here, the first point which is important and in the entire story here is the level of 380. Till this holds, you can expect upsides all the way till around 500, which is a very important all-time high level for the stock. So the suggestion is the trend is still strong. The first attempt to break the immediate swing high of 440 has faltered. The second attempt will happen soon. So for that, we continue to hold with a stop loss of 360. If it breaks out of 440, we can anticipate target still 500, and then we need to take a review of the stock again at the levels of 500.
Fair point. Okay, towards the end, Akshay, would you want to highlight any key of your own researched stocks that a lot of our viewers would be really interested in looking at, where you actually believe the technicals are poised for a better risk reward?
I think looking at the current structure of the market, if the markets recover from here, it is the heavyweights which should be back in the game. And if you were to look at stock specific action, I think Larsson and Tubro is one stock I would recommend to the viewers. I think after the recent Q1 numbers, the stock had a strong gap up. After that, a small round of consolidation post the rough patchy nature of the market, but again the stock is picking up strong momentum, and the way it is setting up, I think if you are looking for short term trading opportunities, 3950 is the target you can work with. And from a longer term, I think Larsen definitely is one portfolio stock where longer term returns, definitely this never ever has faltered, and it has always rewarded its investors. So one of the best stocks to be in. So Larsen and Tubro is the pick which I would recommend on the show today.
Okay, Larsson and Tubro from the large cap space, a top bet from Akshay. Thanks a lot, Akshay, then for sharing with us all those viewpoints on the market, solving the queries of our viewers. We always have a great time with you coming on the program, and you also giving an opportunity to all your followers to connect with you through daily calls as well. Thank you so much for being with us on the program. All right, Akshay, we'll thank you then, but we'll get into the second segment of our program now, viewers. We'll await Raghavendra's joining in, another favorite on the Daily Calls program that a lot of followers wait to get connected with. We also will just look at how the markets are shaping up. Tad bit higher than what we started off with. We are about 0.5% up at near 24,600 mark. Let's see how we move forward from here. Raghavendra G is with us. Warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Let me try and first gauge your own viewpoint on the market. From the last 6 weeks, we've had painful journey. And of course, we are just trading in a very narrow band of range as far as the Nifty bank goes. We still have no clarity on tariff front, whether there will be any cool off from the 50% tariffs that we have been imposed by Donald Trump. On the domestic front, we are at the fag end of the earnings. Not much could actually happen from the earnings side that could prop up the markets from here. Although macro data tad bit, the mutual fund data is strong. Markets, despite being shaky, are attracting retail investors' money. We're seeing inflation data also on a positive zone as well. So macros are still positive. How are you looking at the markets from here?
Actually, very good afternoon. As far as market is concerned, we have seen a market is feeling a huge pressure due to the Trump tariff. So I believe this can continue for the next week also, and we are trading in a very narrow range from 24,200 to 24,600. Any side breakout or breakdown can lead the next rally up to 25,000 plus level on the higher side and below 24,000 on the लोअर साइड सो अब इतना मोमेंट होने के बाद आई बिलीव कि अभी ये जो स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक मोमेंट हो रहा है, ये मोमेंट हम लोगों ने साल में 1-2 बार पहले भी देखा हुआ है. सो मुझे इससे बहुत ज्यादा मतलब ऐसा ये नहीं लग रहा है कि बाजार में सब कुछ खत्म हो जाएगा जो स्टॉक्स अचानक से 20-30% नीचे आ रहे हैं. दिस में हैपन रीजन इज हमको पता है कि टैरिफ और प्लस अभी जो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल है वो बहुत कम है इन्वेस्टर का, ट्रेडर का. सो मुझे लगता है दिस इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी इफ वी कैन grab this opportunity to accumulate the good stocks, quality stocks at the lower level. I think ये benefit हमें आने वाले 3-4 महीने में बहुत अच्छा मिलने वाला है. तो मेरे हिसाब से ये momentum जो है इसको इनकैश करना चाहिए to accumulate the good stocks.
Okay, got that. Raghavendra Ji, a lot of people are waiting to hear from you on their queries, so we'll start off with that. Let's start off first with Bhat Patel from Mumbai asking a question. Says, Sakshi Ji, thank you so much for this show. Really helpful for all the investors. Thank you, Bharat, for writing in. He wants to know about Reliance Industries. He says, I'm holding reasonably good quantity of Reliance Industries in my portfolio since the last 13 years. And my cost is virtually zero. I want to know what should I be doing for the next 2 to 3 more years? Should I partly exit, invest in some other stocks, or should I stay put? What is the advice that you have? Well, first up, congratulations to you, Bharat Ji, for holding quality large cap stocks since last 13 years, having the patience, and that's definitely reaped profits for you. With your virtual cost at zero, so you are sitting on a bounty full of profit. Let's find out what do the next 2 to 3 years augur for Reliance Industries. Raghavendra जी, अगले 2 से 3 साल कैसे रहने वाले हैं रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए? क्या अभी भी जिन लोगों ने बहुत लंबे समय से होल्ड किया हुआ है, होल्ड करके रखना चाहिए?
बिल्कुल साक्षी, देखिए इन्होंने बहुत अच्छे लेवल पे लिया है और बहुत अच्छी क्वांटिटी रखे हुए हैं, तो पहले तो ये बधाई के पात्र हैं। बहुत अच्छी कंपनी में इन्होंने निवेश किया, इनको बोनस मिला होगा, इसके बाद इनको जियो के शेयर मिले होंगे। सो मुझे लगता है कि इन्वेस्टमेंट इनका हो चुका है जीरो, तो इनको होल्ड करना चाहिए, इनको बेचने की जरूरत नहीं है। और मुझे लगता है कि अगले 2 से 3 साल में फिर से आपको 2,500-3,000 के आसपास ये स्टॉक फिर दिखाई देगा। अगर आप एक्यूमुलेट कर सकते हैं, थोड़ा और ले सकते हैं तो और ले लीजिए, बट मेरे हिसाब से बेचने की राय नहीं सर। होल्ड कीजिए भरत भाई, काफी अच्छा प्रॉफिट और आगे मिलेगा आपको।
अगर आप रुक सकते हैं 13 साल के बाद भी 2 से 3 साल और, तो बने रहें यहाँ पर, और बेहतर प्रॉफिट्स बनने का जो अनुमान है वो आपके साथ शेयर कर चुके हैं राघवेंद्र जी। ज़रूरत है पैसे की तो डेफिनेटली आप अपना कॉल लीजिए, लेकिन अगर आप बने रह सकते हैं तो डेफिनेटली यहाँ पर और पैसा बन सकता है। नेक्स्ट वी हैव दिस क्वेश्चन from Krishna. He says, I want to know about Adani Power. Is it going to split? Should we buy this stock or ignore? What exactly should be the, how does the future look for Adani Power at this point in time? First up, Adani Power के technical charts को देखकर बताइए कैसे लगते हैं आपको ये shares, और आगे जाते हुए किस तरीके से ये स्टॉक आगे बढ़ने वाला है, क्या स्टॉक स्प्लिट बोनस की अनुमान के साथ आगे बढ़ सकते हैं?
साक्षी देखिए, अगर देखा जाए चार्ट पे तो स्टॉक तो बहुत बढ़िया मोमेंटम में है, राउंडिंग बॉटम मंथली चार्ट पे है, और मुझे लगता है कि स्टॉक जो है 700-750 का भाव हो सकता है अगले 1 साल के अंदर, 6 महीने के अंदर मुझे लगता है दिख जाना चाहिए, नॉट मोर देन 6 मंथ। सो अब इनको यहाँ पे है कि ये स्टॉक में क्या करें, होल्ड कीजिए, मुझे लगता है स्टॉक में बने रहिए। मुझे याद है साक्षी, हम लोग इस स्टॉक के बारे में जब ये 500 के आसपास था तो तब से जो है डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, बाई करने की राय दे रहे हैं, अभी भी बाई करने की राय है, छोटा मोटा स्टॉप लॉस लगाते रहिए। स्प्लिट बोनस के चांसेस बहुत हाई हैं, मुझे लगता है कि ये साल के अंत तक इस स्टॉक में जो एक बार स्प्लिट बोनस आना चाहिए। मैं भी बहुत होपफुल हूँ, मेरा अपना भी निवेश है, होल्ड कीजिए स्टॉक को।
ठीक है, मैं आपको बता देना चाहती हूँ कि ऑलरेडी कंपनी ने डिसाइड किया हुआ है कि फर्स्ट एवर स्टॉक स्प्लिट ये कंपनी अनाउंस करेगी, 1:5 के रेशियो में अनाउंस करेगी। हालांकि जो रिकॉर्ड डेट है वो अभी तक कंपनी ने नहीं डिसाइड की है। सो जिन भी निवेशकों के पास ये शेयर रिकॉर्ड डेट से पहले तक अपने डीमैट अकाउंट्स में होंगे वो डेफिनेटली एलिजिबल होंगे। जो स्प्लिट शेयर्स हैं उनके लिए भी, यानी कि आपका एक शेयर अब 5 में बदल जाएगा, और इसकी डेट क्या होगी इसके लिए आपको थोड़ा अभी इंतज़ार करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि कंपनी की तरफ से अभी तक कोई ऑफिशियल इन्फॉर्मेशन इस पर नहीं आई है। लेट्स टेक अनदर वन. This one is from one of our viewers, Mayang Chri. He's from Ghaziabad. He says, hi Sakshi, I've been holding Jyoti CNC at 880, 2000 shares. I want to know whether it's a good stock to still continue to hold on for long term, and what is the outlook on Jyoti CNC right now. So 880 से इन्होंने खरीदा, 886 पर ही चल रहा है, 2000 शेयर्स हैं। लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए क्या आउटलुक है?
देखिए इन्होंने बहुत अच्छे लेवल पे लिया है, वॉल्यूम बहुत कम है लेकिन बेस लेवल के आसपास है, डिमांड जोन है 880 के आसपास। अगर ये लेवल ब्रेक करता तो फिर यहाँ से 100 रुपए नीचे जा सकता है, तो आप 855 860 का अगर आप स्टॉप लॉस दे पाए तो स्टॉप लॉस दे दीजिए, स्टॉक को होल्ड कीजिए। मुझे लगता है कि 930 935 का लेवल बहुत जल्द आना चाहिए।
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. This one is from one of our viewers, Aarti Jain, from our YouTube. She says, I have 1600 shares of Ashok Leyland at 119. Is there a near-term target that you could share with her, on Ashok Leyland? 119 is a purchase price.
मुझे लगता है अशोक लेलैंड इनको होल्ड करना चाहिए, काफी अच्छे लेवल पे लिया है। मुझे लगता है वीकली चार्ट बहुत अच्छा बना है, अब ये स्टॉक यहाँ से 125-26 जा सकता है, बिल्कुल होल्ड कीजिए। अगर लंबी अवधि का नजरिया है तो मुझे लगता है 100 रुपए के आसपास अगर आएगा, 110 115 वहां पे और ऐड कीजिएगा 100 रुपए के स्टॉप लॉस से।
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट हमारे पास जो सवाल आया है ये है कार्तिक जी का, और ये लिखते हैं, हाय साक्षी एंड राघवेंद्र सर, आई वांट टू नो अबाउट एक्साइट. आई एम होल्डिंग दिस स्टॉक एट 390 लेवल. व्हाट इज द व्यू ऑन दिस स्टॉक फॉर द नेक्स्ट 2 years?
मुझे लगता है नेक्स्ट 2 ईयर में स्टॉक यहाँ से करीब 20 से 25% ग्रोथ आपको दे सकता है, तो बिल्कुल आप होल्ड कीजिए। अगर ये कहीं ना कहीं 350 340 के रेंज में आता है, मुझे लगता है और ऐड करना चाहिए। स्ट्रक्चर बहुत बढ़िया है, लंबी अवधि का व्यू इनका 2 साल का, तो बिल्कुल होल्ड कीजिए, घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है, और ऐड करते रहिए नीचे स्तरों पे।
ओके, नेक्स्ट हमारे पास क्वेश्चन आया है, ये है निखिल का। ये यूएई से हैं और लगातार हमारा शो वहाँ से देखते हैं। स्वागत है आपका निखिल। लिखते हैं, हाय साक्षी एंड राघवेंद्र जी, सर आपके रिकमेंडेशन पर आई बॉट 500 शेयर्स ऑफ पैराडी फॉस्फेट्स एट 176. आई वांट टू नो व्हाट इज योर व्यू. शुड आई बुक माय प्रॉफिट और शुड आई कंटिन्यू टू स्टे पुट ऑन द स्टॉक? व्हाट इज योर सजेशन?
I think he should hold with the stop loss of 200 because the stock has taken a very strong breakout above 200. और अगर ये होल्ड कर सकें, अगर नीचे मिले तो और ऐड कीजिएगा। मेरा टारगेट 250 300 का है, तो थोड़ा सा वेट कर लें, अच्छी कंपनी है। 200 का अगर आप सेफर साइड चाहते हैं तो स्टॉप लॉस भी दे दीजिए, कोई इशू नहीं है।
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट लेट्स टेक अनदर वन. दिस वन इज फ्रॉम वन ऑफ आवर व्यूअर्स एंड this is from a question that we are getting. As a big fan of Raghavendra sir, Arihant writes in. He says, I want to know about Flair Writing Industries, sir. Bought at 320. Should I average or hold on?
मेरे हिसाब से इनको एवरेज नहीं करना चाहिए, अभी होल्ड कीजिए। स्ट्रक्चर अच्छा है, बहुत खराब नहीं है, बट मेरे हिसाब से थोड़ा सा और वेट कीजिए। स्टॉक अभी नीचे आ रहा है, मुझे लगता है 280 रुपए तक आ सकता है, तो वहां एवरेज कीजिएगा, अभी एवरेज करने की राय नहीं।
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट हमारे पास क्वेश्चन आया है एक और हमारे व्यूअर का व्हाट्सएप के ज़रिए। ये लिख रहे हैं, चंद्र सिंह दोदिया हैं न्यू दिल्ली से। लिखते हैं, गुड आफ्टरनून मैम एंड राघवेंद्र सर. सर आई वांट टू नो फ्रॉम यू, एंथम बायोसाइंसेस और आदित्य इन्फोटेक दोनों का अलॉटमेंट हुआ है मुझे आईपीओ में, और मैं 3 से 4 साल तक के लिए बना रह सकता हूँ. आप यहाँ पर क्या सजेस्ट करना चाहेंगे? स्पेशली थैंक यू सो मच राघवेंद्र सर फॉर सच वैल्यूएबल इनसाइट्स दैट यू शेयर.
मुझे लगता है आपको स्टॉक को होल्ड करना चाहिए, दोनों स्टॉक आप चाहें तो होल्ड करें। एंथम बायोसाइंस मुझे लगता है आपको अगले 2 से 3 साल में 1300-1400 रुपए का भाव दिखाई देगा, बिल्कुल होल्ड कीजिए, इसमें आपको निकलने की जरूरत नहीं है। और मुझे लगता है कि दूसरी कंपनी जो आपने बताई, मुझे लगता है वो भी आपको होल्ड करना चाहिए, दोनों स्टॉक होल्ड कीजिए।
आदित्य इन्फोटेक जो कि सीपी प्लस की कंपनी है, सीसीटीवी कैमरास कंपनी सिक्योरिटी प्रोविजंस में है, यहाँ पर भी होल्ड करके चल सकते हैं, और एंथम बायोसाइंसेस में भी आप लगातार होल्ड करके चल सकते हैं। बढ़िया पैसा यहाँ पर बनता हुआ नज़र आ सकता है फ्यूचर में, अगर आप लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए विजन अपना रखते हैं तो। नेक्स्ट हम क्वेश्चन लेते हैं, बहुत सारे हमारे पास और भी सवाल आ रहे हैं व्हाट्सएप के ज़रिए भी और यूट्यूब के ज़रिए भी। मनीष शर्मा का जयपुर से सवाल लेते हैं, और ये आपसे जानना चाह रहे हैं, बालू फोर्ज के ऊपर 691 के लेवल पर खरीदा हुआ है, ये शेयर आपको कैसा लगता है, होल्ड या सेल? ये सवाल है आपके लिए।
मुझे लगता है ये स्टॉक एक बार साक्षी यहाँ से और 50-60 रुपए नीचे आएगा, अगर आप वहां तक होल्ड कर सकते हैं तो इस स्टॉक को होल्ड कीजिए। मुझे लगता है 520 के आसपास आना चाहिए, 520 से ये रिवर्स लेगा मुझे लगता है, तो आप 750-750 तक जा सकता है, होल्ड कीजिए।
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट हमारे पास जो सवाल आया है और ये है अक्षय का, ये जानना चाहते हैं पीजी इलेक्ट्रोप्लास्ट के ऊपर 500 रुपये प्रति शेयर के हिसाब से खरीदारी की हुई है, होल्ड करें या सेल कर दें? फ्यूचर ग्रोथ कैसी रहेगी कंपनी की, ये भी आपसे जानना चाहते हैं। हाल फिलहाल में काफ़ी इनको इस शेयर में वॉलेटाइल एक्शंस देखने को मिले हैं। पिछले एक हफ्ते या 5 दिनों के मूव भी अगर हम दिखा पाएँ, आज भी ये शेयर डाउन है, जबकि कल थोड़ा सा रिकवरी में मोड में था ये स्टॉक। 2 दिन के अंदर ही 35% के आसपास की गिरावट दिखी। स्ट्रेच करके अगर दिखाएं पिछले एक हफ्ते का चार्ट, तो आपको नज़र आएगा कि किस तरीके का मूव देखने को मिला है पीजी इलेक्ट्रोप्लास्ट में। ये खास तौर पर इसलिए था क्योंकि कंपनी ने अपने आउटलुक दिया जो कि FY26 का था, रेवेन्यू और प्रॉफिट दोनों में ही शार्प कट किया अपने आउटलुक को लेकर, और उसके बाद इस स्टॉक में काफ़ी भारी गिरावट भी देखने को मिली। 500 रुपये से ख़रीदा हुआ है हमारे व्यूअर अक्षय ने, यहाँ पर क्या सजेस्ट करना चाहेंगे आप?
देखिए, कंपनी ने अपनी गाइडेंस और अर्निंग दोनों कम किया है, तो मेरे हिसाब से ये अच्छी बात नहीं है। स्टॉक में से निकल जाए तो मुझे लगता है ज्यादा अच्छा है, और मुझे लग रहा है एक बार और यहाँ से 50-60 रुपए स्टॉक नीचे आ सकता है, फिर वहां आएगा तो एंट्री करिएगा, या अगर आप चाहते हैं तो 485 का स्टॉप लॉस दे दीजिए। बट मेरे हिसाब से अभी अगर आपका लॉन्ग टर्म का व्यू हो तो अभी निवेश मत कीजिए, थोड़ा वेट कीजिए।
ठीक है, GS अरुण हैदराबाद से लिखते हैं, हाय साक्षी, गुड आफ्टरनून टू यू मिस्टर अरुण. Question is that I've got the allotment of Highway Infra IPO. Well, congratulations to you. I think the best listing gain that we have seen for the calendar year 2025 is from Highway Infra, the IPO that's come in, not the one that you're showing right now. So this got listed yesterday. We actually saw about a 67% kind of a premium listing, and thereafter the stock went up to even 72-73% kind of a move as well. The question is, Raghavendra Ji, should he book his profits or should he continue to hold on?
Immediately book your 70% profit and hold 30% with the zero investment. So I think that is a good strategy. If और मुझे लगता है एक बार तो प्रॉफिट बुकिंग आएगा, मतलब साक्षी हमने देखा भी है प्रीवियसली, बहुत से ऐसे आईपीओ हैं जो 50% 60% ऊपर खुलते हैं, बाद में नीचे आते हैं, तो बेटर है एक बार 70% यहाँ से बुक कर लें, अच्छे प्रॉफिट में है.
Absolutely. So usually, we do see when after such a markup happens, there is some kind of a profit taking also. So why not enjoy all the profits that you've got? 70% is a very decent gain. Book out and see later if you actually have the confidence in the company for the long term, when you actually get the dips, to take a fresh view and take a fresh entry as well. Let's look at some other questions now coming in. We have this one from Ankur Modi. Says, Raghavendra sir, hello. I want to know about Amagica World. After Q1 results, we have seen, the stock has been correcting. Can it be continued to be hold on for a long term?
देखिए, मुझे लगता है कि ये बिल्कुल एक स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस के आसपास है, लेकिन मुझे लग रहा है 50-52 रुपए तक आ सकता है. अगर आप वहां तक होल्ड कर सकते हो तो कोई इशू नहीं है. फिर से आपको 75-80 का भाव दिखाई देगा.
ठीक है. अरूप कुमार लिखते हैं, सर ममता मशीनरी में एग्जिट करें या होल्ड करके रखें? अरुण कुमार जी, अगर आपका जो बाइंग प्राइस है वो हमें पता चल जाता तो और बेहतर होता राघवेंद्र जी के लिए सजेस्ट करने के लिए. एक ओवरऑल टेक्निकल व्यू तो ले ही लेते हैं ममता मशीनरी को लेकर. अभी चार्ट्स क्या कह रहे हैं?
देखिए साक्षी, अभी मुझे लगता है कि स्टॉक एक बार 389-380 के रेंज में आना चाहिए, वहां तक आ सकता है. वो अगर स्टॉप लॉस देना चाहे तो आप वो दे सकते हैं, क्योंकि स्टॉक थोड़ा वीक हो गया है, मुझे लगता है टेक्निकली वीक है. जब दोबारा रिवर्सल लेगा तो फिर से एंट्री करेंगे, बट फिलहाल 390 का आप दे दीजिए स्टॉप लॉस.
ठीक है. नेक्स्ट हमारे पास क्वेश्चन आया है निखिल दास का. ये केरला से हैं और लिखना चाह रहे हैं खास तौर पर बैंकिंग स्पेस और प्राइवेट बैंक्स के ऊपर इनका सवाल है. बिटवीन HDFC बैंक और ICICI बैंक, वेयर शुड आई टेक अ फ्रेश एंट्री? ये आपसे जानना चाह रहे हैं. देखिए, ये इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है इसलिए क्योंकि इसी हफ्ते हमने खबर ये सुनी है कि ICICI बैंक ने अपने जो मिनिमम बैलेंस के रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं उसमें चेंजेस कर दिए हैं. भले ही आप रूरल एरिया में हो या अर्बन एरिया में हो, अब आपको ज़्यादा पैसे रखने पड़ेंगे अपने सेविंग्स अकाउंट में 1 अगस्त के बाद. जो लोग भी ICICI बैंक में अपना अकाउंट खोल रहे हैं, काफ़ी चर्चा हो रही है इसको लेकर कि जो अर्बन सेंटर्स हैं उनके लिए 50,000 रुपये का मिनिमम बैलेंस रखा है. तो क्या ये फीजिबल है या नहीं है? जो बैंक की इसके पीछे की सोच है, स्ट्रैटेजी है, वो क्या है, ये भी समझने की कोशिश की जा रही है. फिलहाल टेक्निकल्स फंडामेंटल्स के बेसिस पर ICICI वर्सेस HDFC, कहाँ पर आप बेट कर रहे हैं?
देखिए, इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू, मतलब इसमें से दोनों में से एक चूज करना. इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू बाइफरकेट कि कौन सा लेना है, कौन सा नहीं लेना है. बट मेरे हिसाब से दोनों अच्छे बैंक हैं, दोनों प्राइवेट बैंक हैं, दोनों बड़े बैंक हैं. HDFC का एक अपना अलग हो रहा है, ICICI का अलग हो रहा है. तो मेरे हिसाब से मैं इसमें चूज कर पाना मुश्किल है. बट मैं अगर देखता हूँ, ICICI बैंक मुझे ज्यादा बेटर लगता है HDFC बैंक से, क्योंकि टेक्निकली भी देखा जाए तो बैंक जो है काफी अच्छा ब्रेकआउट दे चुका है. ICICI बैंक, HDFC बैंक अभी एक रेंज में 2000 के आसपास ही घूम रहा है. तो अगर मतलब रिस्क रिवॉर्ड देखा जाए तो मुझे लगता है कि ICICI में ज्यादा फेवर होगा. तो आप ICICI में भी निवेश कर सकते हैं. हालांकि दोनों बैंक अच्छे हैं, दोनों के चार्ट्स भी अच्छे हैं.
ठीक है. अवधेश ठाकुर लिखते हैं, सर नेशनल फर्टिलाइजर पर आपका क्या व्यू है? 108 पर मैंने ऑलरेडी होल्ड किया हुआ है. मीडियम टर्म के लिए क्या आपकी सजेशन होगी?
देखिए, मुझे लगता है मीडियम टर्म्स के लिए आप एक बार NFL में से निकल जाइए. मुझे लगता है 78-80 के आसपास आना चाहिए स्टॉक. रिवर्स लेगा तो फिर से एंट्री कर लेंगे. ऊपरी स्तरों पे मुझे लगता नहीं कि 100 रुपए के ऊपर इमीडिएट जाएगा ये.
ठीक है. लेट्स लुक एट सम ऑफ द अदर क्वेश्चंस देन दैट आर कमिंग इन फ्रॉम आवर व्यूअर्स. देन वी हैव दिस क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम one of our viewers who's also writing in on our WhatsApp again. The question is Okay, we'll try and take one more question that is, from one of our existing viewers as well, who really wants to know about what exactly should be the strategy when we talk about Suzlon. Avdish wants to know, Suzlon 80 पे लिया हुआ है, 300 शेयर्स हैं, 5 साल तक के लिए होल्ड कर सकता हूँ, यहाँ पर आप क्या टारगेट्स सजेस्ट करेंगे? खासतौर पर सुजलॉन के नतीजे भी कल आए, ये भी खबरें आ रही हैं कंपनी अपने टॉप मैनेजमेंट ने रिजेक्ट कर रही है, सीएफओ ने रिजाइन कर दिया है, तो ऐसे में अभी आप सुजलॉन को कैसे देख रहे हैं? आज 4-4.5% तक का वीकनेस है।
मुझे लगता है साक्षी एक बार 58 रुपए और 56 रुपए के रेंज में आना चाहिए, लेकिन अगर आपके पास 300 क्वांटिटी है तो आप 55-56 रुपए आता तो वहां पे आप एवरेज कीजिए। एवरेज करने के बाद मुझे लगता है कि आपको अच्छा खासा मिलेगा, 74 रुपीज तक की एंट्री आपके एवरेज प्राइस से आप निकल सकते हैं। तो बट लंबी अवधि का व्यू है, 4-5 साल का, तो होल्ड करना है। अदरवाइज इसका रेंज जो है 50-52 रुपए से लेके 74, यही रेंज अभी फिलहाल है।
ओके, गॉट दैट। और राघवेंद्र जी, अंत में बहुत सारे जो दर्शक आपकी स्टॉक्स की वेट करते हैं, आपके सजेशन की वेट करते हैं, उनके लिए हाल फिलहाल में क्या आपने कोई और स्टॉक ऐड किया है अपने क्लाइंट्स के लिए?
बिल्कुल साक्षी, मैंने अभी एक स्टॉक निकाला है, लोकेश मशीन जो है, कंपनी अच्छी है, टेक्निकली बहुत बढ़िया है, 200 रुपए के आसपास ट्रेड कर रहा है। ये अगर कोई चाहे निवेश करने की तो इसमें निवेश कर सकता है। 255-260 रुपए का मेरा टारगेट है, इमीडिएटली विद इन अ मंथ। और हो सकता है अगर ये लंबी अवधि में कंपनी ने अच्छा और किया तो मुझे 600-700 रुपए तक भाव जाना चाहिए। तो बिल्कुल इस स्टॉक को आप बाई करिए, होल्ड कीजिए। जैसे मैंने आपको पहले एक्जिगो दिया था 145 रुपए पे, अभी 250 रुपए के ऊपर हो गया, वैसे ही ये भी स्टॉक है, बहुत अच्छी कंपनी है।
Okay, got that. Lokesh Machines, 3% up right now at 200 and fine. This is one stock that Raghavendra G wants to suggest to all our viewers of Daily Calls and Business Today Television today. Thank you so much, Raghavendra G, for being with us on the program and guiding
Thank you
all
so
our
much.
viewers and helping them connect with you through this platform and always guiding them with all your insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
your
much.
time. All right, viewers, we'll now wrap it up on this special edition of Daily Calls. We're at the day's high point, so 0.5% higher at halftime, 24,625 on the Nifty. Let's see how the rest of the day really goes. Remember, we only have now tomorrow as the last trading session for this week. It's a truncated week. We have a holiday on account of Independence Day on Friday, and thereafter, after the long weekend, we'll also have to keep an eye out on as to how some of the global talks also are progressing, and the fag end of earnings, how do they come out as well to continue to keep the momentum going for the markets. So we'll see you soon. Stay tuned with us. Our market coverage continues on the other side, and of course I'll see you at the closing edition at 3 p.m.